Hello, what is up everybody? Jacob here, and in today's video I'm going to be telling you why you should be waking up at 11 a.m. every single day. Kind of. Let me give you a bit of a backstory. So I essentially hate the Instagram Explorer page. It is full of cancer and it is addictive, and I just can't stop scrolling once I start. Now, I follow a lot of entrepreneurs such as, I don't know, David Meltzer, Gary Vee, and other guys who make these type of motivational, real business advice types of videos. And I think that's probably the reason why I get recommended all of these bullshit Instagram pages with these bullshit posts. And oh my god, those are some of the cringiest profiles and pictures you could ever see in your life. Okay, right off the bat, the first picture from financial professional in New York. Want to become a multimillionaire? Invest at least 10% of your income in yourself. Okay. Acknowledge how dependent you are on other people. Yeah, sure, do that and the millions will just come flying in. Create win-win strategic partnerships to achieve 10 times or 100 times goals. Like, what does that even mean? And just the rest of this stuff is just so cringy. I just can't even begin. Oh my god. But the absolute worst posts are from these like success trainers who are giving you a set of rules that you need to go by if you want to be successful. Now, those are mostly broad and just undefined and cliche and stupid. But the one that annoys me the most is the one saying that you need to wake up early and just do all of your work in the ungodly early hours of the day. No, seriously, the amount of these websites and articles and people telling you that you need to wake up at 4 a.m. to be successful is just terrifying. So I looked into it a bit and I realized that I'm not the only one with this frustration. There are hundreds of articles on the internet explaining that you do not need to wake up at ungodly early hours of the day to be successful, and basically debunking this whole myth that you need to wake up early in order to be productive. So one of the first articles I came across was from this guy called Michael Breus, aka the Sleep Doctor. Now, this guy wrote half a dozen books on sleeping and sleeping patterns, so one can only assume that he knows his way around the bedroom pretty well. Anyway, according to Dr. Breus, your body, depending on your genetics, can be more resistant to becoming a morning person. So he basically says that everyone has their own chronotype, which influences their sleeping patterns. Now, a chronotype is essentially how your body's internal biological clock manifests itself. Now, if you've ever heard someone say that they're a morning person or a night owl, that is basically that. Now, according to Dr. Breus, there are 4 chronotypes: bears, lions, wolves, and dolphins. So the most common chronotype is the bear, which accounts for 50 to 55% of the population. Now, bears go to sleep and wake up according to the sun, so they're neither morning persons nor night owls. Now, lions account for only 15% of the population, and those are your typical morning people. So the people who are going to wake up early and just accomplish all of their tasks, before 10 a.m. and that day. On the exact opposite, we have wolves with, again, 15% of the population, and those are going to be, these are going to be your authors, generally creative people. They stay up later during the night, and they're not usually so much of a morning person. Now, the fourth category is a bit weird. It's dolphins. It's around 10% of the population, and those are guys who don't sleep regularly. They usually have more problems with OCD, but they are considered more intelligent. I don't know, I'm not a dolphin, really. Now, Dr. Breus also says that the chronotype does not determine your success, and that makes very much sense. But what does determine your success is being aware of your chronotype and making plans and adjusting your sleeping patterns accordingly. If you are a morning person, don't stay up late, because you're not going to be as productive as you could be if you woke up early in the morning. You get the point. So my point with this video basically is not to really take all of these experts and success trainers to heart. Because truth to be told, every one of us has their own internal clock and their own sleeping pattern, and if we act according to our patterns and not to someone else's pattern, of course we are going to have a lot more success. That being said, you may actually be a morning person, and that might be the best for you. But again, according to scientific research, that accounts for only 15 to 20% of the population. So yeah, that is something to keep in mind, and don't really get hung up on all of these advices from these experts. Now, there are 3 pieces of advice that I would like to give you from my personal experience with sleep and sleeping patterns. And the first one is to always get enough sleep. Now, that is the basic truth. Whether you're a morning person or a night owl, you always need to get enough sleep. For some people, that's 6 hours. For some people, that's 9 hours. 10 hours is a bit too much, but 9 hours, anywhere from 6 to 9 hours is an optimum level. But again, it's different for everyone. So you need to figure out a right amount of sleep that's right for you. Now, the second advice is to implement changes to your sleeping routine gradually. Look, if you've been waking up at 11 a.m. for years and now you suddenly decide to wake up at 6 a.m., starting this Monday, you're gonna fail because you're gonna probably do that for a couple of days and then you are going to be so tired and disoriented and not productive at all. So what you should try to do is to move your wake up time for half an hour every 2 or 3 days. That way it's not going to be so much of a shock change and your body will have enough time to adapt. Now, the third piece of advice, and probably the most important one, is to keep your sleeping schedule consistent. Look, if you're waking up at 6 a.m. every single day and then you sleep until 11 a.m. on weekends, Monday is going to come and your whole system will come crashing down. So don't do that. If you want to sleeping in, you can go ahead and lengthen your sleeping period for an hour. I wouldn't go as much as 2 hours. I mean, you could do that, but then again, you are going to be very disappointed and disoriented once Monday comes, because your body loves consistency and loves regular sleeping patterns. So do that. Now, at the beginning that might seem like a chore, but after a couple of weeks and a couple of weekends, you're going to love waking up at 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. or whatever your wake up time is, 8 a.m. But not 12 and not 11. That was a joke. I hope you realize that it's a joke. Nobody wakes up at 11 a.m. But yeah, you will love having all of that extra time for yourself in the morning. It is, for me, the most productive time of the day. But again, I'm not that much of a morning person that I have to wake up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. I'm just fine waking up at like 7:30 and then, starting my day quickly with some coffee and all of my important tasks before 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. And then I can use the rest of my day to go exercise and study and all of that stuff. But my most important stuff, the stuff that I need to get done, I usually like to do that in the morning. And that would be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a bit of a different one, but I just thought I'd share my thoughts on this matter because I just get so annoyed with all these posts. I hope you share my frustration. Even if you don't, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you find it useful. And yeah, please make sure to like the video. And if you're new around here, subscribe for more weekly content. Connect with me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you all so much for all the messages. If you have any questions, please make sure to ask them down in the comments below or on my Instagram or Twitter. I reply to every single comment, every single message. So yeah, feel welcome to ask me whatever you want. Thank you all so much for watching once again, and I'll talk to you all in the next video. Peace.